My grades were slipping. I would not even get out of bed to go to school on time, or to go to school at all. I was just, I was always in my room, and that was my, like, I felt like I was in a cardboard box and I didn't want to get out. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to go anywhere. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I just stayed in bed. I would set all those rules of you know, not drinking in the morning, not, drinking every day, drinking like maybe 2 or 3 times a week, maybe only on weekends, and I broke all those rules. I just couldn't follow those rules. When my behavior started changing, at first I didn't think it was a big deal. I just thought, it was a rough day at school. I'm not like stressed out. I'm just tired. I sleep a lot because I'm exhausted from school. I don't hang out with my family because I'm too busy with schoolwork, when really I was just drinking the entire time, and I was just busy drinking. I was tired and stressed out because I haven't had enough to drink. My grandmother would just open the door to see if I'm alive. She would see that I'm breathing and would ask me, "Hey, you want some food? I'm making something." And I would say, "No, get out." So it got to the point where our relationship was just burning down, really. And I've always had a close relationship with my grandmother. I love my grandmother to death. She's done a lot for me. She's been my mother and my father. She raised me. She's done a lot for me. So when I realized we were drifting away, that our relationship was just not working out, I had to choose between, alcohol and family. A lot of members of my family didn't want a relationship with me. A lot of my friends stopped being my friends because I was just insane. It got to the point where my little brother didn't want a relationship with me anymore because I would just freak out on him all the time because I was in withdrawal and I didn't want anybody to get in my way of getting what I want. Alcohol is not going to be there forever. Family won't always be there forever. But alcohol doesn't provide for you. Your family does. It's just pros and cons, and like the weight scale. What made it worse would have to be the frequency, every single day. Like, that would have to be the most unhealthy relationship I've ever been in, because it put me through a lot. It did get me into a lot of trouble. When I didn't have money for it, I would go into my grandmother's room and go into her purse. I know she would always have money on her, and take cash out of her wallet. She would ask me, "Did you steal money from me?" I would say no, and she would leave it at that. But I knew somehow she knew what was going on. I would always say that to myself at the time. I got this. I can stop whenever I want. I can slow it down. It's not the way it worked out for me. Not the way it worked out. I couldn't go a couple hours of withdrawal without just giving up on trying, giving up on on stopping, just giving up on everything that I was working for, you know, the dreams that I was chasing for my entire life. I just threw it all away because I wanted more. Growing up, I always had dreams of becoming a police officer, and when I went through my addiction, I sort of gave up on that. I said, this is never gonna happen. I'm just gonna be labeled a drug addict for the rest of my life. This is where I'm gonna end up being, because my addiction is taking over right now. This disease is taking over my life, and I've given up all hope in trying to stop it. But when I got in recovery, I went to rehab, and I was talking about these dreams I had, and they would always tell me to follow my dreams, to fight for my dreams, and that's what I decided to do. So currently I'm in the process of fighting for that dream, and I'm not giving up anytime soon, if ever. I would just drink because I felt grown up, and I felt like it wasn't a problem. So I would just drink it every day because I thought that's what a normal person would do. I didn't think it would cause a problem until I started feeling withdrawal symptoms. I was like shaking, I was anxious, sweating, and and it's like my body's telling me, you need more of that. So, find a way to get it. So I would go back into the liquor cabinet, and I started drinking some more.